This is my best queen and one of my strongest hives. This queen lays extremely well, very full. This bottom box she has been restricted to for the last month, and she has all 10 frames laid up on both sides. I did find a couple queen cells. I scraped them out. I found my queen. She is a summer of last year's queen. As you can see, the bees have definitely found her in the little queen clip. So what I'm going to do, because I want to graft off of this girl, I'm going to restrict her to a different box. So she has to lay up quite a few in a short period of time in a restricted area, so I don't have to dig through the boxes trying to find her and the proper age larva for grafting. So I removed her from the bottom box, put a queen excluder on. I'm going to put this box on, which is partially drawn foundation the bees have been working on for the last week or 10 days. I'm going to put her in this, introduce her into this box on top of the queen excluder, put another queen excluder on top of that box, then put my honey supers back on. I can come back in a week and I should have a variety of eggs and larvae, but I should have some larvae the proper age for grafting. Okay, I'm going to release her into this second box, which should be pretty uneventful. I know she's here somewhere. This is the box I use for my cell starter. It's a 5-frame nook box. It has plenty of extra ventilation added. It has a screen bottom board and additional ventilation along the bottom, along the sides. It's fitted with a hive top feeder. It is also ventilated. There's additional holes inside to allow excessive heat and moisture to escape both front and back. Frames I'm going to graft from. It's got a variety of ages on it, including some eggs in the very corner and some larvae that's probably 24 hours old at the most. I'm not sure if they're going to show up in this. I end up pulling 2 frames out just in case I don't find what I'm looking for, but I think this one will have more than enough. Pretty typical for this project. Keep the frames covered with a moist, warm towel so they don't dehydrate. And there's my grafting bar. And we begin. Ended up grafting from, I couldn't see the larvae on the natural foundation, but with the black plastic foundation, they were quite easy to see. So we gave this one a try. The starter colony has been queenless for a couple hours now. I just installed all my grafts. They're in between 2 frames of sealed brood, open nectar, and sealed honey, and there's pollen on both frames also. I put a small piece of pollen patty on top of the frames, and I put some 1-to-1 syrup in the top feeder. And the very bottom of the starter colony is a couple dish rags that are soaked in fresh water, so that between the feeder, the rags, and the open nectar, they have plenty of moisture. Now we wait 24 hours and see how many of them they accept. Was about a 50% success, and for me, for a first time, I'm happy with that. We've got 5 definite accepted larvae that they've pulled out. On this one, I believe there's 5 on the other frame. The queen has been put in the very bottom box. There's frames of brood in this center box. And I'm going to put these new queen cells down here in between the brood for them to finish. Okay, here we are. We've got a queen that will be hatching probably later today, if not in the morning. I'm thinking later today. I put her in a little protective cup, which allows me to put it right down in between these frames. What you do, trying to get the sun just right, is these cups have got some little fingers on them. You slide it down in between the frames, pull the frames together. The very bottom of the cup is open, so she can get out.